Hi everyone. So I was reading an article called Trump and his family earned millions from Trump coin. So that's like the crypto coin thing that he's doing, while 810,000 others lost money, according to a report. These comments here. I just wanted to show you a couple of them because I thought they were interesting. So this one I thought was really good. So I'm sorry, I really am, but anyone who's naive enough to invest with a literal convicted felon who has a lifetime history of corruption and fraud and cons and lawfare sort of deserves what they get. Unfortunately, now it's our country that is at stake, while the billionaires and their sycophants lackeys just laugh and laugh at how easy it was to manipulate enough people to destroy our country to their benefit. Bingo. I feel awful for our forefathers whose genius led to our amazing fortune, and all those who sacrificed blood, sweat, and tears for our privilege. I feel so sorry for future generations who will be reading in the history books how we threw it all away to the likes of a narcissistic buffoon with absolutely no redeeming qualities, and the South African richest man in the world, that is Elon Musk, who bought into the White House while those systems that were designed to protect us just stood by, and the poor followers who were used continued to believe and make excuses and point fingers at those they were told to vilify will be the first to suffer. We will all suffer for this, nothing to do with so-called party except for those who orchestrated it. So this comment really gets to a few things, like, first of all, of course, is a con artist, narcissistic felon, Donald Trump himself, and his associations with the neo-Nazi South African apartheid enthusiast Elon Musk. So that's one problem, of course, but another problem is that the institutions that were supposed to protect Americans against these monsters have completely failed. Hopefully they'll be able to at least put the dampener on some of their worst excesses. Yeah, so it's like a multi-pronged thing that we're going through in America right now, right? It's not just one source or one cause. I should also add, of course, that this comment did not get to like what liberals have done to bring this situation to a head. So I think there are many things that liberals could have done better. The Democratic Party has sort of become a party of elites and special interest groups, which often don't kind of speak to the average American in many ways, and that's obviously been something that the GOP has exploited. But of course, the GOP basically lies about everything, and they just cynically exploit every opening that they can to screw their own base. And as this person mentioned, among the first people who are going to suffer are the poor fools who voted for Trump, thinking that he would help them, but in fact he's got no intention of doing that. They're just going to blame other people, of course. They're going to blame trans people or migrants or whoever, with this completely fake outrage about DEI. In fact, if you think about it, the Trump cabinet is really a DEI for stupid white men. Pete Hegseth, RFK Jr., and others. There's also the weirdo Tulsi Gabbard being chosen for DNI. Completely outrageous and stupid choice, but it does make sense from the point of view of creating chaos and the sort of shock and awe campaign that Trump is doing against not just Democrats but also against the GOP, who have largely fallen in line. Although there are already some rumblings and signs that there may be a rebellion about to happen or something, along those lines, where not every person in the Republican Party is happy. In fact, many of them are probably not happy with what he's doing, but they're just going along because they're complete cowards. So that was the first comment there that I thought was really good. The other one, let me just scroll down to it. This is more speculative, but I think he might be onto something. So let me just read it. Interesting. I came up with this hypothesis before ever reading this. Elon Musk has repeatedly suggested that great sacrifice, pain, suffering, and even lives will be required to establish a colony on Mars, right? So SpaceX and Musk want to put people on Mars in the foreseeable future. And Musk keeps talking about like making a 1 million person colony on the red planet. This isn't just rhetoric. It aligns with his broader philosophy of pushing humanity toward a multi-planetary existence, no matter the cost. But here's the key question. Why is he so deeply involved in politics when he already has an estimated $360 billion? With that much wealth, he could shape the world through philanthropy alone. He doesn't need the government. So what's really driving him? The answer becomes clear when you consider the scale of his Mars ambition. $360 billion is not enough. He needs trillions. And if he wants to achieve his goal within his lifetime, he can't afford to wait decades to accumulate the necessary resources. He has to find a way to accelerate the process. And that means leveraging government influence and policy to his advantage. This is where things get interesting. Musk isn't the only one with a vested interest in reshaping global economics. Trump and other oligarchs have been heavily invested in cryptocurrency for years. If you've been paying attention, there's been a push to pass legislation that would allow the US government to trade Fort Knox gold for cryptocurrency. Why? Because these billionaires hold enormous amounts of crypto, but they can't cash out without causing a market crash. If the market crashes, they don't make money. The only way for them to exit profitably is for the government to step in and buy massive amounts of crypto, stabilizing prices and driving them ever higher, or even higher. The bigger picture, this is not about MAGA. It's not even about traditional politics. It's about Mars. It's about orchestrating chaos as a distraction while they quietly reposition themselves for the ultimate wealth transfer, trading their crypto for America's gold, using the government as their exit strategy. I think that is not inconceivable, okay? Obviously, Musk does want to get to Mars, and he's kind of a boilerplate moron, actually. He's not a genius at all. A lot of people have been taken in by that stupid myth that he's a genius. His ideas are mostly copied from other people. Some of them are terrible ideas that have got no chance of working, but he bandies them around and people think, oh, he's so intelligent and, he's so innovative. The companies that he bought out, they were started by other people, and but he takes credit for everything. And his engineers are the ones making the innovations, not him. And also I should mention the SpaceX architecture is really abysmal. So a friend of mine mentioned that SpaceX risks stalling the US space program for the sake of some parlor tricks. Anyway, but this thing about crypto is very interesting. Obviously, Trump is going heavily into the crypto thing, and he's doing his little scams and things there, using the office of the presidency to, get leverage over that market, which is completely disgusting. But yeah, I mean, this is not inconceivable. Whether it would work, that's another thing. Billionaires are often delusioned about what works and what doesn't, and they're often even stupid about economic questions. Musk is very kind of tunnel visioned in a lot of ways. He doesn't see the big picture. He kind of doesn't think at a systems level. So he just kind of sees a vision or something that he wants, and he thinks that everything can be bent to that, but he doesn't understand how the parts all fit together. But certainly there is going to be a massive transfer of wealth from the working and middle class to the super rich, and that's been going on since Ronald Reagan, and it's being intensified by the GOP and Trump right now. Just spectacular levels of corruption out in the open, which, by the way, it makes all that whining and bitching about Biden being a crime, the Biden crime family and all this crap, completely fake, posturing bullshit, where you can just see all this corruption out in the open right now with Trump and nobody cares. The same hypocrites who were saying that Biden is the worst president ever, they don't care when Trump is doing the exact same thing that they accused Biden of doing. Anyway, tell me what you think, especially about the second comment having to do with crypto and the Martian aspirations of Elon Musk. Thank you.